get on it, as the coach has probably told him that the Polish defense is a bit susceptible and they're a little bit slow.
So the team's changing with 2:18 gone here in the first period. Still no score. This is the fight to avoid relegation. The fans getting behind both these teams. They really have enjoyed their ice hockey here in Sweden. Trunchka getting that back, but just a bit too hard for Niederberger. Slowing things down. Trunchka skates over it, voted the player of the year in Germany. Now he comes out with it. Trunchka stops, right back into the slot area. The shot right on the target, it's still loose. Kiesling got a piece of that. And back comes number 13, Zudnek, trying to get into that slot area. They bang away at it, but really there were too many West Germans there. And Kiesling now fires a long shot that's steered away. West Germany, Hagen. Oh, well offside was Fischer, so they have to do it all over again. And of course, the puck must be the first thing to go over that blue line. Trunchka, he's got Hagen. The shot is deflected off, and that comes out over the blue line. Bouillard got a tip to that. Fischer pushes it in behind the net. So in the early stages of this first period, it's all West Germany. Oh, a lovely defensive move. Bouillard coming up with the save. Niederberger goes back to pick up the loose puck. Holtzman stops, gets a long pass over and a long shot by Niederberger. Stebnicki. The Poles having a lot of problems getting out of their own zone, and that's not the way to do it. Firing all the way down. Schmidt gets it all the way back up. That's going to be too far. That's going to roll for icing, and we'll have a face-off.
Well, the Poles having a lot of difficulty as the defense gets the puck back in the corner, and the wings just really aren't staying on the boards and helping them out very much.
A good crowd here for this relegation battle. A lot of German support on the upper tiers in this magnificent Globe Arena in Stockholm, Sweden. Well, everybody in the seats there realizing that they're on television, making the most of it. The West Germans now on the attack. Kreis being shadowed out of the play by Zapinski. Kreis still in there, mixing it up along the boards. Berwanger. Kammerer off his skates. Kammerer now tries to get it across, but the Poles are coming back in force. Zapinski doing a lot of work along the boards. Eventually flips that into the neutral zone and then gets a push to number 2, West Germany. And it goes into the Polish zone. Kedzioka. It's kind of push and run hockey here. No real pattern to the play. The Poles are chasing right now, and the West Germans showing their stuff early on. The West German side desperately needing a victory here to keep them up in Pool A, as do the Poles. Going back, the West Germans making use of this ice. Trunchka getting it over. Hagen now. Hagen skating up on the right wing, splits in advance, goes in on the backhand side, but was steered to the corner. That one's right out, and Hanisch gets a piece of it. Kiesling is up there. Trunchka behind the net now. Trunchka trying to get it out front. Trunchka circles. He's been allowed to walk right in. He takes the shot, and Hanisch went down right in front of it, but where were the defensemen? No one to be seen, and Trunchka was left all alone in front of the net.
Well, it's good skating by Trunchka here as he just keeps moving. The Polish defense is just standing in front of the net. One is coming back out of the net. Hanisch comes up with a nice save.
Back to the point. A slap shot is steered away at the defense. Holtzman getting a piece of that. It's still not out, and really the Poles are having all sorts of problems here in the first period. Pushed into the far corner. Poland with no one up there for the forward pass. Schmidt now quickly gets it back in. Fisher taken out of the play right on the blue line. Number 26 on, Manfred on, getting it all the way back, but a misunderstanding there for Heimer. Heimer gets it up now. Kammerer taken out of the play, but he gets the pass away, and eventually they go all the way back again. Heimer. West Germany have got to go forward. They've got to get shots on goal. Oh, that was so close. Kammerer worked his way in, but shot wide of the target. On takes a shot. Hanisch got the woodwork to that and kept it away. Stebnicki. The Poles now with Stebnicki. Runs into too many white shirts out there, and eventually it's cleared into the neutral zone. Both teams changing on the fly as Chris picks it up and puts it in front of his own net. Gruth. Where is he going to go? Eventually he leaves the puck as he returns to the blue line. So the West German side dominating the first few minutes of this period.
Well, the Germans are dominating the play, and when the Poles do come down the ice, it's a 1-on-5, as it's just one man trying to beat the whole German team, which isn't easy to do.
Gruth trying to contain that as the West Germans get it right out front, and Steiger is flattened as the whistle blows. Steiger was bowled over right in front of the net, and he's down, and he's hurt.
Yeah, Helmut Steiger was just to the side of where the actual puck was in most of the confusion, and he really got rocked right in front of the goaltender.
Richard, they're trying to roll him over. Could it be his tongue? Maybe he's swallowing his tongue, or that's what they're afraid of out there.
Well, I don't know. I think he took a pretty good hit with a shoulder and elbow right into the throat, probably. He's probably trying to catch some wind here, or count his teeth while he's down there. I'm not sure.
Let's take a look at this again. There's the hit. 24 getting hit by number 29, Podsiadlo. And it was well away from the play.
It definitely wasn't a high stick, though. As you can see, the stick didn't come in there. It was a shoulder or an elbow that really took him by surprise.
Well, number 24, Helmut Steiger, goes over to the bench to take a well-deserved rest. And Podsiadlo heads towards the penalty box.
Well, I'm sure we'll see more of Steiger. As any forward knows, you want to stand in front of the net, you're going to get hit from time to time.
Reluctantly, Podsiadlo goes over. He'll be in the box for the next 2 minutes, so it'll give the West German side a chance to put on the power play. Join us in a moment for the rest of the first period. Welcome back to the action here in the first period. West Germany against Poland, still no score. West Germany have dominated the first 12 minutes of this period, but still anyone's game. The Poles, of course, can strike at any moment with the likes of Stebnicki and Christ out there, but so far it's been all West Germany. Now the Poles coming back. Chris dropping it back. A long shot. Steblecki getting a piece of that one. Priesen pushed it away into the corner. And now it's Poland's turn to put on a little pressure. Steblecki backhanding a weak shot. Taken out of the play nicely. The Germans getting right back into the play. Sending everyone back. Zapinski. Kadzioka. Podsiadlo. All the way up the center now. It's a 2-on-2 break. Well, they've done that so many times. That was Kopya overskating the puck, trying to be, well, possibly a bit too clever on the play. They got to get those shots away on goal.
Well, they might want to start taking the puck out wide, as the Poles seem to come up the ice and go right into the middle every time. It makes it easy for the Germans to shut them down.
Some rough stuff in the corner. Number 12, Kopya tries to fire it in. Brought out, and that shot is right on the target. Priesen came up with a save. Theodorczak got the word on that as Hagen brings it back for West Germany. Hagen squeezed out of the play and eventually grabs the pole and loses the stick in the process. The Poles now not stringing together too many good passes as Niederberger gives it to Trunchka. Trunchka up on the right wing. Kiesling, Hagen, a weak shot wide of the target. Steiger now right out front. A lot of West Germans cruising in that crease area. The Poles back on the attack. Every time they take it in the corner, there are 3 or 4 West Germans there to take them out of the play, and no red shirts to be seen in front of the net. Niederberger pushes that one into the corner. Coming up to the 15-minute mark, Gruth up to the blue line, too far, and Niederberger once again comes to the rescue. The pass up on the wing, and the West Germans working it back out with Trunchka. Trunchka over the blue line. The backhand pass not picked up by anyone at all. But Richard, you can see that the West Germans have no problems getting out of their own zone. There's no forechecking by the Poles at all right now.
No, the Germans are just spreading out and moving the puck around at will. The Poles really aren't putting up a lot of defense. The Germans are just waiting for a Polish mistake deep in their own end, and they'll be capitalizing.
So West Germany, Heimer squeezed out along the boards. Holzman goes in there to make sure the puck doesn't come out, and we'll have a face-off. Still no score here in the first period. Opportunities going, for the most part, to West Germany as Bouillard skates off to take a well-deserved rest. The shot deflects. Another shot is kicked away. Schmidt getting a piece of that one. Well, the West Germans have the right idea. All they have to do now is hit the net. Fischer pushes his man into the woodwork, and eventually the Poles get it all the way out. A long shot. Hanisch handles that one easily and dumps it behind the net. Kadzioka taking his time. The pass doesn't come off, and the Poles are going to have to play a lot better than this if they want to stay in the Group A tournament for next year when they play in Bern, Switzerland. They're really making a hash of it here in this first period. There's no score in the game, but the West Germans are dominating.
Well, the Germans are a much stronger team. You can see it as it really shows as this game continues.
Well, Friesen had to be sharp to kick that one away. We say that the West Germans are stronger, but the Poles beat them 5-3 the last time these two teams met. So the Poles must have been doing something right on that night. Their only victory of the tournament, and they did it against West Germany, so they can do it again. West Germany now working it up. Pokorny fires that one all along the boards. Play getting a bit sloppy as Bouillard takes his man out into the circle. Hagen. Bouillard again throwing his weight around, and he doesn't weigh a lot. One of the smallest players on the team. Steiger back on the ice as Hagen comes in to help, and we're going to have a face-off.
Well, the Polish forwards are going to have to continue to keep coming back to help out this defense. They're finding it hard to get out of the zone. There's Helmut Steiger. He's got a cut on the chin there from that hit he took in front of the net earlier.
He looks okay now, though. Let's take a look at this effort by the Poles. Number 13, Zudnek, took a shot. Friesen had to make the save, but that's been their lot here in the first period. Trunchka gets it back to the defense. Niederberger, a long shot. Hanisch flips it out. Potts, a rink-wide pass. Gruth gets it up on the backhand shot. Coming up to the 2.5-minute mark. Time ticking away for both teams here in the first period. Still no score. Poland against West Germany. Pool B staring them both in the face. We know already that the Norwegians will be up in Pool A next year when they meet in Switzerland. So this game will decide who goes down to Pool B. Sapinski doing some good work for the Poles. Now Trunchka Trunchka, as ever, getting it over. Hagen. Hagen works his way in now, going in on a sharp angle right in front of the net. The goaltender came out, made a lovely save. Hanisch got his left foot in the way, smothered the puck, and dumped Hagen to the ice.
Well, Hanisch did a good job here. As Hagen made a nice move around the outside. Hanisch got that leg out, and as the puck laid there, he managed to get it underneath him somehow. There's Hagen, puts a nice move on Potts. Got his legs moving, he's on the outside of him. Pulls the puck to the backhand. Hanisch manages to come up with that.
From the face-off, Fisher trying to get it, but he can't get a handle on it. The Poles coming out now. Pass up to Steblecki. Coming back, the West Germans breaking with 2 or 3 players all the time as Burke. Fisher now up just wide of the target. Burke is cruising right in front of the net, gets a stick to it, but Hanisch gets there first and smothers it. Burke having words with the Polish defenseman out there.
Well, actually, it's a combination of the defenseman and the goalie. Hanisch came up from that crease and took a little poke at Burke, and he didn't like it.
So it is tense. They know this game is an important one. They don't want to make mistakes. A shot right on Friesen. Kopja. The whistle blows, and Friesen again has to be sharp. That shot came from a sharp angle, but it was labeled right on the net.
Well, Friesen hasn't had a lot of action, but what action he has had, some of them have been quality shots, and he has come up with a couple of decent saves.
And that, of course, is the goal judge, the man who sits behind the goal and flips the switch to put on the red light when a goal, or rather when a puck goes over the goal line.
Yeah, his face tells it all, as he's not too excited back there at the moment. There's not a lot of action coming his way.
The green light you see behind the goaltender and 3/4 of the way up the plexiglass is to show that the clock has stopped. Getting set for the face-off. Niederberger. He's got Kiesling. Hagen. Hagen now. Hagen with Trunchka. This line has done most of the work out there for West Germany. Hagen chases that, but it goes into the crowd, and we'll have another face-off.
Well, getting back to that goal judge, if he has a rough game and gets a lot of action, his job would literally entail sunburning the goaltender's neck, as the red light would be coming on a lot.
Under 30 seconds remaining here in the first period. The Poles now taking a shot. Kiesling deflected that into the corner. Adamiak gets it out front. It's still not away, and that shot is kicked out by Friesen. A lovely skate save by the West German goaltender with 10 seconds remaining. Trunchka bring it back, and he's hammered into the woodwork. Right across to Hagen. They're not going to have time for a shot, or are they? Right in front of the net. Well, it's deflected away. There goes the buzzer to end the first period. Still no score. Join us in a moment for the second period. Welcome back to Ice Hockey on Eurosport. West Germany against Poland here in the second period. The Poles playing from right to left. Gruth now shadowed by Trunchka. Henrik Gruth working his way over the blue line, but eventually that goes into the crowd, and we'll have a face-off. So, Richard, the Poles with a lot of work to do here in the second period to not only to score goals, to raise their confidence level. They must be down after that first period. They were so outplayed by West Germany.
Well, I'm sure the coach had a go at them. He tried to encourage a little bit of enthusiasm into the team, but we'll find out here, as both teams really need to pick it up a step.
The West German coach, Unsen, I'm sure has had a go at his players. Trunchka now picks it up a gear, and they bring it in over the blue line, brought in over by the Polish side, Udo Kiesling. Kiesling happy to take a long shot on Hanisch. Offside is the call, and they're looking again for that dump and run, aren't they?
Well, I think they have been told, as we said before, to try and make that Polish defense cough the puck up, as they have been a bit susceptible during the tournament. They want to dump the puck in and go and get it, make something happen.
Christ wins the draw, gets it back to Zapinski, the long shot, Fisher picks it up. Robert up on the wing. The Poles pushing it in the corner, and every time they go for that puck, they're overshadowed. That's right in front. They score! Ron Fisher, number 7, got that in the slot area, and some slack defensive work by Poland led to that puck coming out.
Well, here you see George Holtzman sliding the puck out front. There's 3 Poles caught out of position here. Ron Fisher puts it in the back of the net on the wrist shot. There's Holtzman. 2 players are caught there. There's another one just coming from behind the net. Ron Fisher manages to get that wrist shot by Hanisch.
So 1-0 the score with 59 seconds gone here in the second period.
Well, it only took the Germans a minute to get going here, so maybe their pep talk was a little stronger than the Polish pep talk between the periods.
Oh, it's right out, and Hanisch got a piece of that. Kamera did some good work behind the net, and back come the Poles. Number 17, Steblecki. That shot was deflected wide, and there's an injured player on the play. Zapka got that right in the face.
Well, what he got, by the looks of it, was an elbow in the face, as he was right behind the net.
Well, they are fighting out for that relegation spot, trying to avoid going down to Group B, so they're putting everything into it, right in the face.
Oh, Manfred On really laid one on him there. There you see it again. He really takes him cleanly. That was nearly butt ending as well.
But from the face-off, Trunchik gets it back, a shot, hits a skate, again another shot, deflected wide. Poles under pressure here in the second period. Trunchik trying to get a piece of that one as it went by. Briak up on the wing. Poland, well, they make one good pass, and as soon as they do, the second one is usually intercepted. Burke did a good job there. Hagen. Burke now. Kiesling. Kiesling behind the net. He's got Burke right in front. One man tying up 2 Poles. And Kiesling not impressed with that Polish defender hanging on to his stick.
Well, we've seen Kiesling play a lot of hockey, and he's not the kind of guy that'll take much stick off anybody.
Well, even the youngsters are enjoying this, looking a little bemused.
I think his mom is telling him it's a good game, but I don't really want to see you doing that, as Kiesling threw the stick out away from that Polish defender really quickly.
Not something you teach your children. Holtzman, the face-off circle, gets that back. West Germans winning most of these draws. Bouillard. A pass, again intercepted. The West Germans, good anticipation. Zapka. Friesen getting it behind now. The West Germans breaking up with 3 attackers. Schmidt up on the wing. Fisher going in, and he hammers his man into the woodwork. Fisher throwing his body around out there, doing a great job trying to pick up the pace of this game. Fisher, Holtzman now. Fisher's calling for it, tries to get it, and Fisher really is playing well.
Oh, Ron Fisher doing some nice forechecking there, as he's really throwing his weight around.
Bouillard again getting the shot on goal, but not a difficult one.
One thing you can see here is the Germans are really starting to move, and they're moving away from the play. As it generates out of their zone, they're all on the move.
Oh, some good defensive work there, getting in front of these shots. The West German defense, Sapinski, gets that one forward, and back come the Poles. Jerzy Chris. Chris takes a shot, and again, a West German defender gets in front of it. Chris doing some good work for the West Germans on defense, getting his stick, getting his body in front of those shots, those passes, and preventing the shots on goal. And it's so nice to see that the defensemen really want to try to prevent shots on goal. A lot of defensemen have a tendency to let the player shoot from a distance, But these guys are getting right in front of that puck. A good crowd here in the Globe Arena. Almost 10,000 spectators, and a lot of them supporting the West Germany side. The Poles working it out. 1-0 to score here in the second period. Well, a little indecision there. A good save by Friesen. They really didn't know who was going to pick that puck up, the defenseman or the goalie. Zapka punches that one around behind the nets, and for a moment a breakdown in communication there in the West German defense. Niederberger slows things down and says, come on guys, let's get organized, let's not blow it now. All the way down, and that's an icing call as Briac touches that puck, and we'll have another face-off.
Well, when the Germans do get a little bit slack in their own end, the Poles have got to take advantage of those situations, as everything counts. And there was a golden opportunity there. There you see that puck coming off the back boards. Oh, he's all by himself in there. I'm sure he wishes he could have that shot again.
Friesen and Kiesling, a misunderstanding. Kiesling went for the man, and Friesen missed the puck. Midway through the second period here, West Germany 1, Poland 0. From the face-off, Fischer couldn't get that one. Gruth gets it over. A long pass. Briac. Drasik foreshadowing there nicely. Some good forechecking from the Poles from time to time, but it's not consistent. Heimer gets it over to the far side. They're sending one man in, but the other two are hanging around the blue line, and that's not going to prevent the West Germans from getting out. Fischer shoots it to the far side. Franz. Holtzman on. Fischer backhands that right in front of the net. Hanisch couldn't get his stick on it. And that's flipped all the way down the ice, going back for it. Number 18, Schmidt. Well, not really positive play from either team. Bouillard, a nice turn by him as he pushes that one up. Adamiak to the far side. The Poles running into too many white shirts. You can see the West Germans had 4 guys back, and a good job of back checking on the part of the West Germans.
Well, once again, it was one Pole going down against the whole West German team, as all 5 players were back, and there was nobody going with the forward that was moving up.
Kreis over the blue line, spun out of the play. Kadzioka, a nice move by him. Another nice move by Kadzioka as he comes back on the attack. Over the blue line, dropping it back, a shot, and again, Friesen got a piece of that. Adamiak, not a difficult shot from him, but it was on the net. Zapinski, head-manning the puck, and the Poles now starting to show their stuff. The shot goes off the skates. Stebnicki in the corner loses control, and West Germany get it out into the neutral zone. Kreis, a long shot on to Hanisch. Seepaws gets it up on the wing, but the passes just aren't positive enough. Behind the net now, West Germany, no one in there, no one forechecking. A long pass, a lovely pass up in the wing, the shot right on. Hanisch had to make sure of that on the second attempt. Hagen took that shot, but the goaltender made the save and then recovered the rebound.
Well, this puck was moved up nicely as a couple of the Poles were caught getting a change, and they're not playing that great positionally anyways at the moment, and that freed that left winger up on the outside. When the Poles have broken out of their zone cleanly, if you've noticed, it's been Polish defensemen skating the puck out, as Kadzioka did on the last rush. The forwards aren't really helping him out enough, and the defensemen are taking upon themselves now to get the puck out of that zone.
Trunchka waiting to go in the face-off circle. Podsiadlo, and they're having all sorts of problems getting organized on this this drop. Gruth now. Gruth. And again, it's a defenseman who brings it out. and he runs into his own forward. They really are getting sloppy, but the defensemen are keeping them in this game, aren't they?
Well, they're lugging the puck out of the zone and putting most of the offensive pressure on, as the forwards are really just standing around.
Gruth getting it back. Potts working it up over the blue line. Too many white shirts there.
Once again, Potts is another defenseman, and he's skating the puck in.
Podsiadlo taken out of the play. A lot of play between the blue lines. Kiesling on the backhand side. Oh, taken out nicely by Adamiak. Up on the wing. Now what can the Poles do as they come back? Zapka takes a shot. Friesen allows the rebound to come way out. Hagen doing some back checking. Briak fighting in the corner. Eventually gets it back to Kadzioka, who takes the shot. It's deflected in the corner. Briak right in front, but it comes out to Hagen, and Hagen comes back on the attack. Holtzman. Fisher had his back to the puck as that went right by him.
Holtzman and Fisher play well together, and they're constantly looking for each other on those lead passes.
Ron Fisher, a hard worker as he sets it up in front of the net. Holtzman's doing all the work behind the net. Fisher does a lot of forechecking. He really does. He forces the defensemen and the forwards to cough the puck up and make errors. Pushed all the way down. Kadzioka. Oh, a nice move by On. Offside the call, though, that brings that one to a halt. So some excellent forechecking from the West German side. Just a few seconds remaining here on the second period. The shot, oh, and that's right on the target. Hanisch had to be quick to react. Heimer took that shot, and that was right on the target, Richard.
Well, as the draw went back, Heimer had enough time to really get one off, and Hanisch came up with a nice save. There you see Trunchka doing excellent work off that face-off. The forward takes out the pole that's trying to get out to the point, and Heimer comes in and lets it go.
So just a couple of seconds remaining. 5 seconds now on the clock. Poland working it out over the blue line. There goes the buzzer to end the second period. West Germany 1, Poland 0. Join us in a moment for the third and final period.
Prima. Prima. Prima.
Cannon. Prima.
Alles, was ein Bier braucht. Alles, was ein Bier braucht. Blausthaler. Alles, was ein Bier braucht.
Have dominated both the periods so far, and it could be that they will remain in Group A if they continue at this pace. The Poles really do have to pick up their game. They're being out-checked, out-skated from time to time. The Poles have had some good shots on net, but Carl Friesen has come up with some good saves. The West Germans have done what they had to do, but it's far from over. Still this period to go.
Well, 20 minutes left to go. The Germans have been the stronger team on the night, but the Poles are just going to have to pull all punches here and try and create something for themselves.
Trunchka got that one across to Kiesling, but he couldn't get it now. Trunchka goes in along the boards. Right out front of the net, but no one there from West Germany to pick up the puck. The Poles You can see they're reluctant to go after these guys. They're playing the game in their end of the rink, looking for that quick break. That's not the way to do it, not in a game like this. West Germany taking the play to them, and they're happy to do that.
Well, with one period left in your season, with the summer coming up here, the Poles really don't seem as hungry as I would have thought they would have been.
Steblecki on the chase. West Germany gets there first, and icing is the call. You're right, Richard, it's going to be a long summer as we take a look at young supporters here enjoying this game between West Germany and Poland. A good crowd here in the Globe Arena in Stockholm, Sweden. Good support for both teams, but the West German side really do have a lot of banners and a lot of vocal support. Niederberger all the way down to the doorstep of Hanisch, Kadzioka. The Poles now again breaking with not enough players. They really do go forward with one, possibly two players. They should be pushing 3-4 guys forward at this stage. The shot right on Friesen, no problem for him, but the rebound comes out, and that could have been dangerous. West Germany having some problems here. They have a man in the box. Back to number 36, Jerzy Potts. He gets it over. Potts again. Back to the blue line. Oh, not a good shot from the defense as Hagen comes up and gets it on the break. Going right in, and they score! George Franz Heimer gave him that pass, and Franz made it look so easy. Hanisch came out to cut down the angle, but Franz put it by him. 2-0 to score, and that's his third goal of the tournament.
Well, the Germans stepped it up here as Franz gets a nice shot off. The play was nicely set up. The backhand pass was moved up to him. He picks a pass up from Heimer, takes a slap shot into the bottom corner.
Short-handed goal there from Franz. 2-0 to score now. West Germany taking their chances when they come round as Steblecki at the midway point of this third period. It looks good for West Germany. On, getting that up on the wing. The Poles now trying to string something together, but look at all the white shirts that have come back. Some good back checking. Kadzioka fanned on that shot. And that sort of sums up what they're going through in this game.
Well, the Germans aren't trying to sit on that one-goal lead as they've just added another one, but obviously they were told between periods to make sure that defensively their zone is covered.
And that's what they're doing. Every man is coming back as the Poles work it into the corner. Patsiodla taken out of the play nicely. White shirts all over the place. Some good forechecking there by Kopia, but it isn't consistent. Niederberger gets it over to the far side. Kopia still in there. No pressure applied now. Oh, and the break is on. Right on Hanisch, and he came up with a good save. A 2-on-1 break. A lovely move by the West Germans. They really do spring quickly in action here. And back they come again. Flipping it around to the far side. West Germany starting to show that they mean business out there, and they want to remain in the Group A competition next year.
Well, they sure are, as Ron Fisher's doing a lot of hitting in that zone again in this period. The big guy's really doing a lot of forechecking, and that line that he's on is really playing well.
Niederberger and Heimer playing a bit of cat and mouse out there. Trunchka now picking it up at center. He's got Hagen. Trunchka working his way in. He takes a shot, and Hanisch steers that one to the corner as the whistle blows. It wasn't a difficult shot, but it was on the net.
Well, Steiger and Trunchka play well together as they're teammates with Cologne during the regular season, and they do move that puck around. They know where each other is all the time.
The Poles coming back on the attack. That one trickled by the net, and the West Germans happy just to fire that away and keep it out of harm's way. all the way down the ice. Going back toward the Poles. Teodorsik, Buyar. Teodorsik, a long pass. And when the Poles want to, they can string these passes together. Adamiak, right in front, the shot, and Friesen comes out the rebound, and they miss it. They miss a second attempt at that loose puck. Friesen was down, out of the play, and the Poles right now cannot buy a goal.
When it rains, it pours, as they had 2 opportunities there. They've had a few others. They just cannot buy a goal tonight, as you said. The German defense totally left Friesen on his own. There you see the puck coming out front from Buyar. There's no defenseman around the net at all. Briac has 2 opportunities to swipe that puck in and was unable to.
So possibly just not the Poles' night, as we see what the spectators feel about this game. Those paper airplanes say it all. Not a classic contest by any means. The Polish goaltender has been pulled out of the net. The shot is in. Hagen scores, but they're waving that one off. The official is signaling offside, so that one's not going to count.
Well, the Germans a bit anxious there. The Polish defenseman did help the forward go offside with a little shove, but
well, that's what it's all about. As Chris gets set for this face-off against Holtzman, it goes back to the point. The shot comes off his skate. Kadzioka now on the backhand side, trying to get it right out front, but eventually it goes behind. Time ticking away here for the Poles. They trail by 2. 30 seconds now remaining in the game. 30 seconds away from the Group B competition next year. Christ calling for it out front. Gruth there mixing it up, doing a bit of sword fighting with his stick with the West German defenseman in front. 45 seconds at the 19-minute mark gone. 10 seconds. They're counting it down. The shot deflected away. Some great defensive work by the West Germans. They're going to win this one. 2-0 is the score as they miss that open net just as the buzzer goes. So the West Germans avoid relegation, but next year the Poles will be down in Group B. We already know that Norway will be up in Group A for the competition in Bern, Switzerland. Well, the other game played today saw Finland go against the United States, and the Americans started strong. In the first period, Norton eventually got it over to Eddie Olczyk, who beat the goaltender to make it 1-0.
Nice finishing touch for Eddie Olczyk, as Dave Christian slid a very nice pass over to Jeffrey Norton, makes a nice move, puts the puck over to Ed Olczyk, who just slaps it into the net. There's another look. Jeff Norton with a great move, puts the puck over. Eddie Olczyk's by himself.
Keep your eye on number 2, Brian Leach, the big defenseman, looking like a forward. Stickles around everybody to make it 2-0 for United States.
Well, the rookie for the New York Rangers looks like a forward here as he moves in from his defensive spot and puts a nice goal in. Coming down the ice here, puts a great move on the defenseman, puts a puck through his legs, puts a puck on the backhand, and dekes the goalie.
Well, the Finns came back fighting in the second period. Jari Kurri set up Esa Tikkanen to make it 2-1.
This is that Edmonton Oilers connection here, as Kurri slides the puck over and Tikkanen wraps it in.
Keskinen came in this time and set up Wilander to level the score, still in the second period.
Well, the Finns are surging down the ice here as a unit. Keskinen gets the puck out to Wilander, who just puts it behind Stauber.
Wilander again is involved in a goal out there. Eloranta behind the net, eventually pushes it through to number 20, Wilander, and that makes it 3-2 in the second period.
Once again, the U.S. looking weak in front of their net. There's 4 Finns in there. Eloranta with a pass to Wilander for the goal.
It was all Finland in the third period. The rebound came out. The clearing pass was eventually put in by Ruotsalainen. 4-2 for Finland.
Well, Jalonen shoots the puck. Young can't clear it. Ruotsalainen's right there, and he slaps it in. From the overhead view, Jalonen with a shot. Stauber makes a save. Young can't clear it. Ruotsalainen puts it in.
Now we see the Finns on the attack again. They have a power play. 4 out there against 3. Kurri letting go that wicked shot to make it 5-2.
Well, Kurri scored a lot of goals this way. Jalonen slides the puck over to him and he one-times it.
Yalanen this time splits the defense, goes in and puts a cheeky little shot behind the goaltender, 6-2, and that's the way it ended up.
Well, this is hockey made easy by Terry Yalanen for that 6th goal.
Let's take a look at the final standings. This is the bottom half of the table. The Finns came 5th with 11 points. The Americans came 6th with 9 points. And the West Germans avoided relegation with that win over Poland. So Poland go back to Pool B, and Norway comes up to Pool A. Let's take a look at the games coming up on Monday. Czechoslovakia against Canada, that's for the silver medal, and the Soviet Union going against Sweden. Until then, from Richard Beaupre and myself, Paul Ferguson, bye for now.